Morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jeanette, also known as Ms.FitVegan, and this is the Raw Misfits show, Zombie Apocalypse Edition. So I got my army fatigues on because you still gotta look cute in the apocalypse, okay? Like, there's no excuses. So we tried to keep it cute today, and this episode is going to be about how to prepare for an emergency as a healthy vegan. Okay, so we're going to be discussing three things: food, equipment, and lifestyle changes that you want to make now. I see my friend Matt is here, my co-host. So let me bring him in. And before he comes in, I think I have something else to say. Oh yeah, if you stay ready, this episode is being made because, thank you everyone for being here. This episode is being made because if you stay ready, then you don't have to get ready. Write that one down, post it on your story. You're welcome. Okay. Focus, Jeanette, focus. Hey, Matt.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's up, Matt?
Hey.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining me. Today's episode is very, very important, obviously, because it's coming, like whether it's an apocalypse or the Great Awakening or a, food shortage or power outage, tornado, hurricane, whatever it is. We need to be ready. And I have so much equipment behind me, Matt. It is, you might not have had time to do that, but I literally put so much stuff in front of me. So like, I'm going to show visuals. I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah. And so, okay, let's get started, Matt. I'm in charge this week, so deal with it. And what I want to do, which is I want to answer a few questions from last week real quick.
Okay.
Okay. So lightning round, Matt.
Let's do it.
Quickly, can you describe, so this is all the questions from last week, and this week, if you have any questions, my beautiful friends, please put them in the question box below. There's a little question area. Please put it there. We will definitely get to the questions. I'm serious. Nobody listens to me, but put them there so Matt doesn't have to write them down, but Matt might write them down though.
I will.
Okay, thank you, Matt. So Matt, can you describe a day of eating for you, but in 1 minute?
1 minute, I can do it. Okay, so again, if you have 21-day raw transformation program, you already know how I eat. It is SFS, and that just stands for smoothie, fruit, salad. All right, so I have a big fruit smoothie in the morning. Maybe I'll put in a tablespoon or a teaspoon or two of chia or flax. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of fruit, maybe some berries and things. And then lunch, I have another big, basically a mono fruit meal. So oranges, mango, whatever, watermelon. And then for dinner, I have a big 5-star salad. And so if you don't know what a 5-star salad is, you got to watch more of my stuff. But that's all I'll say. So that's how I eat.
If they don't know what a 5-star salad is, they are lame. They are living under a 5-star rock.
They will not survive the apocalypse if they don't know that.
Correct. Okay, Matt, what do you think about coconut aminos and coconut sugar?
They're both processed foods. So I would say try to keep them out of your diet as much as possible because processed foods are not ideal.
In becoming more sensitive to other people's energies, that's not a question. Trouble with when someone means well, that's not a question. Banana flavored antibiotics?
Yeah, somebody said that. We were talking, I can't even remember what we were talking about, but they mentioned, banana. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Is that a question? Vitamin B, anemia, protein. I don't know. It says question, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you ever dealt with anemia or helped anyone to get over anemia?
Personally, I haven't coached anybody with that, but I know people that have had anemia, and just going to a plant-based diet, eating lots of greens and, vegetables, they have completely taken care of that. People got to remember iron. When you eat a plant-based diet, your body is able to more appropriately regulate the iron absorption that you're having. And if you're getting out dairy products do inhibit iron absorption. So if you're eating dairy products, you might have a problem with iron absorption.
Thank you so much, Matt. Okay, so now we caught up on all the questions. Tessa said that was her question, the banana and antibiotics. Tessa, boo-boo. What in the actual fuck did you mean? Please let us know. Let us know. We'll answer it.
Yeah.
We'll answer it. Okay, so let's get started with this episode, Matt, because I am determined to do this on time this week. Okay,
Yes.
I'm determined to get to the Q&A part on time. I love Naturally Fit Healthy. I love your energy too. I could feel it from the screen. I really feel it. Okay, so Matt, question: what are some foods that you have in your house, or you would recommend to people to stock up on for the upcoming zombie apocalypse?
All right, so I wanted to kind of tailor this towards raw vegans, but this is also, I'll also mention things just for general, preparedness. So of course, dried fruits, it's not ideal in an everyday situation, but in an emergency, where you can't go to the store for, multiple weeks at a time, if that ever happens. Hopefully it doesn't. But yeah, you want to, get a big box, get a case of bananas and start every week. I mean, you don't have to buy a case every week, but get extra bananas every single week. And if you have a dehydrator, you can dehydrate banana chips. I have a video on my channel showing you how to do it on YouTube, and it's super easy. You can make a ton of banana chips, and then you can have them in storage. And you can do this with other fruits as well. Apples, mango, all sorts of different fruits that you can have. You can also have raisins. Raisins are another long storage, dried fruit that you can have. And then, when we get outside of the rawness, we can go to beans, rice, potatoes. Beans and rice are going to last the longest. But any other dried, goods that you can have that you just need to add water to, and you can have those. So yeah, those would be my kind of immediate things to start stocking up on is dried fruits. If you can dry them yourself, that's even better. Beans, rice, and maybe some like potatoes and things.
Okay, that's such a good idea, Matt. Oh my gosh, drying your own fruit. I literally did not even think of that.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. But okay, so I'll tell you guys my number one food storage stuff that I have in the house. Dried fruit is the number one thing. But I don't really keep too many dates in the house because I'll eat them. But I have a lot. I do have raisins and a bunch of other fruit, like dried fruit. But yeah, that's number one, obviously. Sprouting seeds is number two.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Matt didn't mention that, but we can't all know everything, even though I got this from him. I swear I got this from him.
Okay. I actually have it written down. I just didn't, my list is really unorganized. I should have organized this better.
You should see mine.
Oh
it is a nightmare. If we get through this episode alive,
I know
it will be incredible. My notes are disgusting. Okay, so here we go. Dried fruit, sprouting seeds, frozen fruit. I have contemplated, guys. Thank you so much for being here. There's so many beautiful people here. I'm trying to wave at you all, but if I miss anybody, thank you, Tessa. I appreciate you. Okay, I have contemplated buying a freezer, like just for durian and frozen fruit. Like, because I want durian in the apocalypse personally. I can't wait for the apocalypse. Guys, it is going to be so much fun. Like, I don't play video games, but I feel like it's going to be like a video game. And so I can't wait. And so I really want a freezer. I haven't invested yet, but they're not very expensive. I would recommend if you have the space and you have the financial means, get a freezer and get some frozen fruit. You can defrost it. You can get veggies, and you can do what Matt said. You can dry your fruit in the dehydrator and then freeze it to make it last even longer. Okay. Well, Matt didn't say that, but whatever. Okay. Oats are a great one.
Yeah.
Okay. Beans. And then Matt, could you please tell, okay. So first of all, guys, Costco is where you want to go.
Yeah.
You want to get your beans in a bag and you want to get them dry, and they last until, these are good until 2025. So hopefully the apocalypse comes before then. Matt, could you tell everyone why we want beans in a bag and not in a can?
Yeah, well, if it's in a bag, if it's dry, there's not going to be any added salt or whatever kind of water they're using to put in the can. So really, it gives you more control over what you're going to eat. And it also typically is going to last longer. You know, that way I would just say it's better controllable on your part to have, you know what's in it, and it's not in aluminum or, you know, metal, so you're not going to have potential for leaching and things like that. So that's why I would get it in those. And also, you know, it's really important to what was I going to say? All right, go on. I'll get back to that. I forgot what I was going to say now.
We were going to say my hair looks so nice, but Matt, Tessa already said that. So it's purposeless.
I know.
Now, I would recommend you get chia seeds and hemp seeds. These are two seeds that are so good for you. I also, you can make an easy recipe in the apocalypse. Now, you are going to need some extra equipment if there's no power. I personally recommend you get one of those blenders that are battery operated. I have one, but I forgot to bring it out. It's in storage. Okay, so it's literally like 2 AAA batteries, and it's a blender, and it's amazing. What you can do, guys, in the apocalypse, you make hemp milk, okay? And the recipe's in my free book, 100freerecipes.com. It's free, so I'm not selling nothing. But you put in 2 to 4 tablespoons of hemp seeds. Just put in some hemp seeds in the blender with water. Put in some dates if you want. Blend it up. You've got hemp milk. Then you take some chia seeds, about a 1/4 cup of chia seeds, and mix it together. Leave it for an hour in the fridge. You've got your chia pudding. You acting cute in the apocalypse, keeping it healthy. And you can even add in some things in there. Like, for example, I would add in like a green powder, you know, if you needed to. Obviously, this is better in smoothies, but add a little bit. You won't even taste it. I personally like this company called OMG Superfoods. If you want, check out the link in my bio. They have some really high quality stuff. It's organic. It's cold pressed and very, very high quality. No fillers, no sweeteners, no nonsense in these recipes, in these supplements. And I don't really take these, but I have them for the apocalypse. Chlorella, I have moringa, I have wheatgrass powder. I don't take these things on the daily, guys. The only thing I take on the daily is Daily Green Boost. This is like an infomercial, but I do recommend it and I like it. And I'm also very stocked up for the apocalypse. So thank you, Jamie, the owner. He has stocked me up. I have about 10 of those. So that you can put in water. I don't know what I did there, but that was me mixing the water.
I got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can put it in water, drink it up. I would recommend you start now because you want to acquire a taste for healthy living. That is coming up. We're going to talk about some lifestyle changes that you need to make. Yeah. But we're just talking about food for now. Let me tell you guys what else I have here. I got some nuts, Brazil nuts. I got some almonds. I don't have cashews because I don't want any mucus in the apocalypse. Like, I don't want to have to deal with that. You know, I want to be looking my best, feeling my best, able to run. What else do I have to eat here? Okay, let's talk about water. So sorry I'm going fast, guys, but this is emergency.
I remember what I was going to say.
Yes, Matt.
Okay, make sure if you are making a storage of food that you're going to plan to have for an extended amount of time, if it's in, like, say, you know, like a cardboard box or a cardboard container, like pastas come in and things, you got to make sure that, you know, bugs aren't going to get into there. So cardboard containers aren't ideal because bugs and different critters can get in there and ruin your food supply. So just make sure you're putting it in a container that is protected from, you know, bugs and things like that.
Okay, like a Tupperware?
Yeah, like a Tupperware, yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, I'm going to do that. I didn't think of that. Okay, this is why we're doing this show, guys. So 40 wants to know, how long will the apocalypse last?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody just said, what apocalypse? You know, listen, I don't know. It's just a show. No, just kidding. Something's coming. I'm not saying it's going to be an apocalypse, guys, but there is an emergency that seems to happen every few years. Remember the toilet paper shortage? Remember the quarantine? Remember the what was before this, Matt? There's always something.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on where you live. There could be a hurricane, there could be a tornado, there could be any sort of natural disaster. So this applies to any of those things, not just when the zombies are, you know, crawling on your yard.
Yeah. Okay, so, and we'll talk about how to get rid of zombies in your yard. I
Yeah.
do have that written down. Okay, so canned fruit is my last thing. Oh, no, so I'm sorry. Quinoa, rice. I recommend black rice.
Mm.
Okay, Matt, do you recommend any type of rice?
Wild rice is good,
Wild
although
rice.
it's more expensive. So if you're just building a emergency food supply, probably not what somebody's going to go for. But yeah, I would just say when you're looking at an emergency food supply, I would go with what is easily stored, what is cheapest, and something that you will, enjoy when you have to use it. So,
I wrote down some quick, easy dressings that you could make in the apocalypse. So you want, if you're not going to have power, okay, and we will talk about that because I do have a generator and all that stuff, solar powered. But if you're not going to have power, you need to be able to make your dressings. Like the whole point of this episode, guys, is to show you that it's possible to be healthy no matter what. So this could apply to traveling as well, okay? And I know my friend Sherry, who's watching, just recently traveled as a healthy vegan. It's very possible. And here are a few dressings. I wrote down 3 that do not require any blender. Okay, number 1, very simple, very easy. Maple syrup, red pepper flakes, lemon, smoked paprika. Put that on your salad, mix it up. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's everything. Number 2, avocado, lemon, or lime and mustard. Mix that up. Amazing.
nice.
Number 3. Oh, thank you. Number 3, avocado, lemon or lime, and red pepper flakes. Okay, so I give you guys those for free. Okay, but if you want any more, check out the links in my bio. I do have a free recipe book. I guess that's free as well. But, honestly, we don't want to make excuses. We want to get results. Tahini is another one that I would recommend keep in the house if you can keep it in the house. I can't keep tahini in the house. It tastes like peanut butter to me, and I can't be trusted around peanut butter and dates. So that's that. And then, canned fruit. Okay. So I have some canned fruit in the house. I didn't buy it. My roommate bought it. I wish she was here. I would love for her to be here because she's actually really into being prepared.
Cool.
Like I just have my watermelon accessories, to be honest. That's all I bring to the table. She actually bought a bunch of canned fruit for me, and pineapple, even like jackfruit, lychees, all these different canned fruit, like mixed fruits. And what I'm going to do in the apocalypse is just wash it off because there's obviously syrup and some type of sugar on there, but just wash it off. And listen, do the best you can. We're going to be in an emergency situation. So we're not going to be able to have the fresh, ripe, juicy, delicious, amazing fruit that we're used to. That's okay, as long as you have some type of substitute. And that is that for the food. Oh, no, it's not, Matt. I'm just kidding. Fruit juice.
Yeah.
Fruit juice, okay? Somebody asked earlier, how long are we preparing for? Like, that's a great question. You do what you can. You have some extra money, go get some extra produce, shelf stable stuff, okay? Like, this lasts until 2024. That's not amazing, but it's not bad. It's 2 years, okay? And plus,
like
Matt,
you said, you can put that in the freezer and it'll last longer.
I was just gonna ask you that. There you go.
Yep.
I was gonna say, Matt, how do we make it last longer? Okay, so that's that, and I just want to touch on something else that is not food, but it's very important for the apocalypse, guys. I have 2 things that I would never be without in an emergency. Okay, one of them is oil of oregano. Okay, well, too late. You should have hosted. So oil of oregano, guys, and if anybody needs oil of oregano, I do actually have a absurd amount. I have about 20 bottles. I know that's crazy, but I used to run a raw vegan like food and beverage place, and we sold this. So when we went out of business, I took them all, obviously. And so if anybody needs, I'll sell you one, but it's not going to be cheap. So oil of oregano, you can buy it on Amazon. This is an amazing brand. It's super strong, and they went out of business. Probably because the FDA did something, and it expires in 2023, but I'm going to keep it forever. Very powerful, great for infections, great for candida, great for, it's antibacterial, antifungal, everything. Matt, I assume you agree. Do you have any other words on oil of oregano?
100%. Yeah, that is one that I always have in my house. Like you said, for antibacterial, antifungal purposes. You can put it if you get a cut. You can put it on the cut. If you get a tummy ache, you can take a little in your water. And then there's also others that I would also recommend. Iodine. Have a bottle of iodine because you can use that to purify water. And you can use it on cuts as well. And then also other essential oils like tea tree oil, colloidal silver, things like that. Those are important. Tinctures and supplement type things that you should have in your house. Hydrogen peroxide, organic vinegar. All these things can be used, for medical purposes and also cleaning around the house if you need to.
What would you use tea tree oil for specifically, Matt?
Well, if I didn't have oil of oregano, I would put it on a cut. If I scrape myself, like I got cats, if they scratch me, I'll put it on a cut. And then just any sort of like skin inflammation, you can put it on, and it works really well for that.
Okay, and my other one. So I only have 2 oils in my, what's the word? Like survival kit. That's oil of oregano and clove oil.
Yeah.
Clove oil. You know about clove oil, Matt?
I've used it for like oral hygiene.
It's a miracle. And I have a whole entire chapter in my book, guys. It's called The Raw Vegan Beauty Book. Click the link in my bio if you want. Check it out. A whole entire chapter on this. It has saved my life many times. Okay, so the number one thing I do with it is when I have a toothache. Yeah. Okay, I've had severe tooth issues. I actually have one right now. Okay, so lately I've been putting it on my tooth that is hurting very bad, and it literally numbs your tooth. And when I go to the dentist, I don't get anesthesia. I put clove oil on, and I don't recommend that for everyone. You got to have, serious mental toughness, but clove oil will save your life in an apocalypse situation where you have a toothache. I think of like Castaway with Tom Hanks. Yeah. I wish he had some clove oil. And then it's also really good for numbing pain in the body and cuts, and just really highly recommend you get these 2 oils and all the ones that Matt said as well. I'm going to get tea tree oil and iodine. I didn't know that about iodine and the water. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about water. So what is your water plan, Matt?
All right. So, and to be, full disclosure, I am still working on all this myself. So I need to get better prepared for this coming situation. So, what I do is we do have, multiple gallons of stored distilled water in glass containers that we keep on hand all the time. But what I'm thinking I should probably do is go get some bottled water just for emergency situations and keep in our crawl space. That way, if there's no electricity and we can't run our distiller to distill water, we'll still have a backup source that's not as ideal, but it'll still get us by if we need to. Also, again, with the iodine, you can use that. And again, I don't want to give this like apocalyptic doomsday scenario like we see in the movies, because it's pretty unlikely that it's going to get to the point where we're all out living in the woods, right? So it could happen. So
I hope it does. That sounds exciting to me.
So you could get on Amazon, some other website. A website that I came across that I thought looked pretty good was mypatriotsupply.com. Yes. And they've got a lot of good like survival type stuff on there. You can also get water purification tablets, which are just like little hydrogen peroxide tablets, I think, and that you put in and you let it sit. Like you could go get some lake water, put in a couple tablets, and it would take care of any of like the bacterial contamination. So you'd be able to drink it. So you could get a couple bottles of those little tablets, and they last, I think, forever. So you can just have those anytime just as a backup, and they're pretty inexpensive as well. I think you can get like a 2-pack on Amazon for like $15 or something like that. So water purification tablets, the iodine activated charcoal is another great thing to have around for, just medical purposes as well as water purification purposes. Cheesecloth, gauze, these things you can use as filters for your water if you have a larger contaminants that you want to filter out. And then also, of course, for wounds, you can use it for that. Again, if we're out running through the woods or chasing, beating off saber-toothed tigers, we can always, use these things. Let's see, what else did I have here? Did I say bentonite clay? I would say bentonite clay as well. White willow bark tincture is another good one to have.
What are you going to do with bentonite clay?
Bug bites, you can put it on bug bites or, things like that. It works really well for bug bites, actually. When I visited Florida, I got no-see-um bites all over me. And we put some bentonite clay on it. It takes away the itch really well. So,
where did you go to Florida?
We camped in the Everglades. We camped like right on the edge of, the wilderness. So yeah.
I'm starting to understand why you had bug bites, and yeah. I've never had a bug bite.
I know. It was fun. I enjoyed it, but the windows in the tent did not keep out those little bugs. So bad planning on our part. But yeah, so bentonite clay works really well for that sort of stuff. And then the white willow bark tincture is a replacement for like aspirin and things like that. So it's a good pain reliever. Salicylic acid is the active ingredient in aspirin. So that's where they came up with aspirin, is actually white willow bark. So you can just use that as a more natural alternative to things like that. And I know we're on water, but I wanted to say kind of in the beginning we should always be planning for multiple situations, right? So a situation where you can't leave your home, but you still have electricity. So I can still use my water distiller in that situation, right? If I just can't go out to the store, I can still stay home and make pure, clean water. But if I'm at home without electricity, that's where a lot of these other things are going to come into play. So, and then if you have to leave your home and there's no electricity and there's no store, then, you really got to be prepared for the extreme of things. So just try and do your best to, put yourself in a situation where you'll be, at least somewhat prepared for several different scenarios.
Yeah, love it. I just want to say that Sherry's probably going to kill us because I'm on the right side of the screen and you're on the left side of the screen. Yeah. But I want my watermelon in the background, Sherry. I don't know what Matt's doing, but she's going to kill us. Anyway, so I have a lot going on with the water. Okay, let me start with number one. Yes, we have a storage supply of 20 gallon, I think they're gallons of water from the store. They're distilled and spring water. I think that's a great idea, guys, even if you have a distiller or a filter, to buy water from the store in case you need it. Water is really important. Okay, there's Sherry. Okay, I'm trying, Sherry. Number two, I have a filter that is not electric. So the reason me and my roommate invested in the Berkey water filter is twofold. Number one, we wanted something without electricity, okay?
Right.
Because for the inevitable upcoming zombie apocalypse. Number two, I went to a lot of my mentors and that's what they recommended, the Berkey water filter. It is very, very high quality. It is an investment. It does remove, they have a fluoride filter. So I highly recommend you get both fluoride filters. Okay. Do the extra that, you need to do to make sure and get as clean a water as possible. That being said, I think distilled water is probably the best water. Matt has convinced me, but I don't have a distiller yet. I actually do. It's in storage. I do have a distiller. I just don't know how to use it. Somebody gave it to me. Long story short is water is important. Another thing for the water, guys, life straw. I saw that my boo Jen wrote down in the comments life straw. Do you guys know about this? Not sponsored. Okay, like I said, and my roommate said I have to say it's hers. It is hers. And she said I have to say it because I would never buy this. This is insane. But she's really like super prepared. Like she don't fuck around. Okay, she's not like me and Matt. Me and Matt,
Yeah.
like I think I should prepare more. No, she's prepared. So like all the stuff I was saying, the generator, the solar powered lights that she had, this is all her. You're crazy, but you know you need people like this in your life. So Life Straw is an amazing product that you can take disgusting, dirty water and turn it into clean drinking water. So she has 2 of these for us, and that's very valuable. And I recommend it. It's like probably $20, I think. I don't know. She bought it.
Yeah, I was looking
Another
up
thing.
before
Yes.
the
What?
I was looking those up before the show because I was looking for different things that I could recommend, and that was one of them. Has she ever used it?
No, we have not been in an apocalypse situation yet.
Okay, okay. I didn't know if you've tested it or not. Another thing that I did find that looked really, really promising. I don't know if everybody would be able to do it though. So I found a video that I can put the link in. I don't know if I can put that in the description box after we post this video, but you can find on YouTube homemade water distillers. So you can make your own water distiller that does not require electricity. And the one that I really liked was a guy took a stainless steel water bottle and he fused on so he got some copper piping. And so he drilled a hole in the top of the lid, put a copper pipe in there, and then he got like another few feet of smaller copper pipe, and it wrapped around the water bottle, and you can put it over a fire. It boils the water and the steam rises, condenses, and drips out into your container. So that, honestly, that is a really, really good idea. If I can figure out how to do some welding, I'm going to definitely do that.
That's a homemade water distiller. That's incredible.
Yeah, and it's portable. You can take it anywhere and you can distill your own water, you know, super easy. And so that is something I would really recommend. I don't know how that's not like a commercially available thing, because it looks really easy to do as long as you know how to use a welding tool, which not many people probably do. But
no, incredible, guys. Okay, so we can't leave that link in the show notes, but we can leave it under the YouTube. So we'll do that. We, meaning Matt, will do that. And wow, that's incredible. Activated charcoal is another thing on my list. I forgot to get it. It's in my bathroom. Okay, so that's the water discussion. Anything else on that? Was incredible. And I mean, there's no way that I will do that. No way. If you would make me one, I'll buy it from you, Matt.
Yeah.
But like, that's not happening in my life. It's good. It's just good enough that I have a Life Straw, in my opinion. But I mean, like, that's absolutely incredible. I feel like you or Raw Natty Nate, you guys would do that.
I could see Nate do that for sure. I bet he probably already has one.
I could definitely see him doing that. He is so goddamn handy. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. He should be on this show. I bet he's got a lot of good ideas for this.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll do a part 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's move on, unless you have anything else that you want to contribute as far as the food or the water or the supplements.
I was going to say, you know, just a benefit of having dried fruit as a supply of your food is that it's much lighter than canned foods. So if you have to leave your house, if you have to go camp in the woods, you're not going to want to be carrying around, you know, 50 pounds of canned goods, right? So if you can take around, you know, put a bunch of dried fruit in your backpack, that's going to be a lot of good calories and it's not going to weigh a lot. So that's just another reason why dehydrating some fruits and getting a good stash of that is a good idea.
Yeah, great point. Great point. Okay. So, and then the white willow bark, I'm definitely going to get. I had no idea. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody keeps saying, well, Matt, thank you for writing down these questions. But somebody keeps saying, what about, I thought they said, what about Suge Knight? But it said, water about shungite. I read, what about Suge Knight? I don't know. Do you know what this is, Matt? Shungite? What is this? A filter?
Shungite. No, I'm not sure what that is.
We got a question. How old are you guys? Sorry if that's inappropriate. That is the most appropriate question we've heard all day. You should see the messages that Matt and I get.
Yeah.
Okay. I am 37 years old, born 1985.
And I'm 35. I was born in 1986. So we're not even 2 years apart.
Or you can't do math. Wait.
True.
Oh, you're turning 36 this year. Yes, yes, yes. I
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
37.
I'll be 36 in a few months.
I can't do the math. Okay. So here we go.
I wasn't gonna say,
Equipment, guys.
gotta respect my elders.
Equipment, guys. This is important. I'm gonna go first because I'm excited. Sorry, Matt. And it's already 12:40, which is terrible, but we're almost done. Not really.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Okay, so I have something called the Go Girl. Have you ever heard of this, Matt?
I think I saw that on a midnight infomercial.
Yes, you may have. So this is a fucking game changer, guys. Okay, so if you are gonna be camping in the Everglades like Matt, which I would never do, but I would have to do it maybe in an apocalypse situation, right? Okay, I got this for the apocalypse. Let me show you guys what this is. This is a way that a female can go to the bathroom. Yes, it's kind of like a prosthetic penis of sorts. Okay, this is incredible. And you know what you can do with this, guys? So much, so much. You can go to a porta potty with this, a festival, a concert, Woodstock Fruit Festival. I don't use it there, but I bought it for the Woodstock Fruit Festival because I was like, where do I go to the bathroom? But it turns out they have bathrooms. They have plenty of bathrooms there. But you in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the night, you don't want to mess. So guys, get a Go Girl. This is so valuable. I can't even tell you. Becky just joined us. Becky was one of my former employees that literally changed my life. Becky, I love you so much. I miss you. You are hilarious. And I want to do a live with you because you are the shit, Becky. She's a sweet older lady that I just love so much. Okay, so the Go Girl, very important. What other equipment did I write down? Generator. I have a, oh my God, I'm blanking my mind. A Jackery. I have a Jackery generator, which is solar powered.
So do we.
Sorry?
So do we.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I have my own independent thoughts here, Matt? No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Oh, you guys do have that. Okay, great. Well, listen, mine's probably the newer model, but yeah, no, it's really, really amazing, right? It's like we did a lot of research, meaning Awa, my roommate, did a lot of research, and I just paid half. And it's incredible. I highly recommend it, guys. We haven't used it yet, but like you can charge your phone, you can charge lights, you can play music because you need music in the apocalypse. You can do everything. Jackery's the best. Somebody said yes, yes, yes.
You can use it for your instant pot too. If you're traveling, you want to bring an instant pot. There you go.
Amazing. Solar panel lights. We have these lights that it's in storage, so I didn't get everything, but these are like lanterns that are solar powered. Okay, we have candles and matches. We have the water storage containers. I'm gonna leave as many links on the YouTube as possible. Okay, I also wrote Ziploc bags because I don't know why Ziploc bags seem to be very handy in the apocalypse. I don't know why. I just feel like it will be. And then the last equipment. Oh, sleeping bag. I have an amazing sleeping bag that, again, it's in storage, and I just didn't want to bring everything out of storage, but highly recommend you get yourself a sleeping bag, okay? Especially if you live in a cold climate, okay? Even if you don't live in a cold climate, you don't know what they're doing with the weather, okay? Yeah. The weather is controlled. And am I the first person to tell you guys this? I don't know, but they can make Florida 20 degrees tomorrow, okay? They can do whatever they want. So be careful, guys. Ice packs are really valuable, especially in the heat. If you live in the tropics like me, you know it can get quite hot without your air conditioner, okay? And I don't even like air conditioning, but like we use it here because it is so hot. It's so amazing. But in an emergency, you're going to need to be cooled down. So perhaps some ice packs would be really good. And finally, I promise, this is the last thing, a bidet sprayer.
Yes.
Okay, so Matt, could you please tell us your experience, or just tell us which one you recommend, or what's your experience with a bidet sprayer? Do you use toilet paper? What's your situation there?
Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna expose myself now. People are so weirded out by this, and so I haven't really talked about it. But why not? Because this is important information. All right. No, I do not use a bidet sprayer. I use water and my hand. All right. So as gross as people might think that is, it is super effective. And guess what? You no longer rely on toilet paper, which you don't know what chemicals are in that paper. You're putting that right on your mucous membrane, right? Right on the anal membrane. So we absorb things very easily through the colon, through the anus. So when you put those, whatever chemicals are in your toilet paper, they can be absorbed very quickly. All right. So it is so freeing to not have to rely on companies to do your business, right? If you want to go take a poop, you just need a little bit of water, and I recommend distilled water. You just lean over, you pour some in your hand, and you splash it up on the parts there, and you just clean it off. And then you can have two little, so what we have is organic cotton pads, and we just, have those there, and you can just dab yourself off and you clean up anything that was maybe left over. But it works super good, and it's not wasteful. You're not cutting down the Brazilian rainforest to wipe your butt, so you're good for the environment. It's good for your health, and it's good for, just being prepared for not being able to go to the store and get a case of toilet paper. What do you think about that?
I wasn't ready. Just remind me not to shake your hand.
Yes.
Also, I wasn't ready, so I'm gonna need to digest that, and I'll get back to you. So
right.
Now I'm gonna repurpose that clip for sure, though. Okay, so let's move on to. Do you have any equipment, Matt? Oh, floss. Okay, sorry. I swear I have Tourette's. Floss. Okay. I don't use floss anymore, guys, okay? And the point of this show is also to help you cut down on all the products that you're constantly buying and wasting your money and wasting the earth's resources on, okay? And so every little thing matters. What you do, what you spend your money on matters. Obviously we talk about animal products, right? If you buy animal products, they need to make more. What is funny, Matt? What is going on here?
These comments. I wash my hands, okay? Have you never had your hands dirty before?
Not with poop. I don't. Guys, Matt is ahead of his time. Leave him alone. If you guys have anything to say it to Matt in the DMs and make it inappropriate. Okay. So
and this is common in other countries, right? This is just
India.
a US thing. Yeah, it's just a US thing where we're afraid. Also, sorry, not to get off on too many tangents here, but if we're eliminating correctly and we're putting the correct foods into our body, our feces is not as disgusting as we have been conditioned to believe that it is. All right, so just putting that out there.
That's where you get your B12 from. Yep. So floss, guys. Let's all digest that information. We'll get back to it in another episode. Everybody's losing their shit. Everyone's unsubscribing, but listen, focus, guys. We're moving on from the hand poop situation.
Yep.
Floss. Okay, so this is what I use. I don't know the name of it. My dentist gave it to me for free. She felt sorry for me, I think. But you can buy it in the store or online. I'll find the name of it and I'll put the link. It's an amazing tool for flossing your teeth. Highly recommend it. Oh, thank you so much. Somebody bought a badge. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Lace Me Organics. Oh yeah, thank you so much. She bought a badge the other day too. I really appreciate you. Thank you. That will help me stock up in the apocalypse. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, so focus. I was gonna talk about a bidet sprayer, but now I feel like I ain't shit, pun intended. So
we looked into bidets, when the whole thing started happening where they were trying to scare everybody, and they got rid of all the toilet paper. We looked into bidets, but none of them really met my quality standards. I don't want to be splashing up, microplastics and all this stuff, and BPA or all the other chemicals that would be in the plastic in these bidets. So that is why I opted for the most natural way possible. All right. So another justification.
The whole rest of the episode is Matt trying to justify the situation. But anyway, let's move on. Okay, so I want to talk about the lifestyle changes that you can make now in order to prepare yourself mentally and physically and emotionally for the upcoming emergency zombie apocalypse. I just called it that, guys. Everyone keeps asking about the zombie apocalypse. I was just calling that to be funny. It's an emergency situation, but hey, that could happen. Zombie apocalypse, like, I see so many zombies out there. They're taking over. So, you know, like something's gonna happen. Okay, Sherry still loves you, Matt.
Yeah.
It's up for debate for me. This might be our last episode. Just kidding. Okay, gratitude journal I wrote.
Followers with me that I'm getting a lot of support now. Greg's done this too. Greg is on board, and somebody else said it's just a US thing. So
Greg, remind me to unfollow you as well. Okay, so gratitude journal I wrote. So basically, I want everyone here to realize that in a state of emergency, you're going to need to be very mentally strong. You're going to need to have your focus laser sharp on survival, on your perspective in life, and on gratitude. And you can't start when it's an emergency, right? You can't start thinking differently the day shit hits the fan. Matt would know more about that. So
the day shit hits your hand.
Okay, focus. It's a tough one. That's a tough one to beat, Matt. I don't think I'll make another joke in this episode. So your input equals your output. Okay, guys, what you're putting in, you're putting out. I'm thinking of like all of these jokes now. Okay, focus. So if you think about your life, okay, you have survived way worse than what is coming up. Seriously, I want everyone here to make a list of all the hard things that they've gone through. The zombie apocalypse or losing power or a hurricane is nothing compared to some shit that we have been through. Seriously. If you've been through a loss of someone in your life, if you've been through a breakup, if you've been through, some like traumatic events in childhood, you have been through a lot, boo. You understand me? You can survive anything that comes your way. And me, I'm lucky. I've already been through the worst thing that could ever happen to me. I lost my sister. That's the worst thing. So like everything else, like, so these haters on YouTube or like any of these little bullshit things in life, it's just like, wait a minute, you think that's going to affect me? Even in a power outage or a hurricane or a zombie apocalypse, like what? I've already been through it. So you can't, once you're a diamond, you can't break it. You know what I'm saying? We got to make our minds diamonds. How does that happen? Pressure. Okay? Like pressure. You got to get tough. You got to get cut. Okay? And so we'll do a whole episode on mental toughness because anybody that wipes their butt has some serious mental toughness. I won't let it go now, Matt. That is who you are, and you are no longer Mr. Healthy. No, just focus. Okay, Matt, do you have any? I have 6, and it's already 1 o'clock. But
there's so much to cover.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any tips on becoming mentally tough and making lifestyle changes now to survive the zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, well, you just said it. Wipe your butt with your hand, and that'll really toughen you up. But
keep it moving. Yeah.
Besides that, I mean, it is so important to get fit and healthy right now. So one of the big things I wrote down. I mean, look at that. She's clearly been reaching behind for something. So. You want to get as independent from products as you possibly can. Any product, pharmaceutical products, hygiene products, any sort of products that, stimulants, processed foods, get independent from all of these things, because if you depend on something outside of you, that's setting you up for being vulnerable in a spot where you don't need to be vulnerable. So empower yourself by getting as healthy now, getting off as many medications as you possibly can, and getting yourself in a situation where if you have to go a day or two without food, you're not going to lose your mind, right? I can go several days without food and be completely fine because I have, conditioned my body in a way where it's running very efficiently. And when I don't have food for a little bit, I'm completely fine. So that would be one thing. Intermittent fasting, I think, is a really good thing, just even for situations like this, because it really conditions you to be mentally tough when it comes to food. And it also conditions the rest of your body to just not always depend on consistent flow of food, right? So really it just comes down to getting as healthy as you possibly can be so that you don't have to rely on medications and other things that won't be available if you can't get to the store or the pharmacy.
Yeah, absolutely. My really great advice. And yeah, that was on my list too. Guys, the cleaner you are, the longer you can go without food in an emergency situation. Okay. And I truly worry about the people out there that are not healthy. I truly do, because it's not your fault. You're going to get angry. You're going to get angry without your drugs. And so you want to get off drugs now. You know, clean cells can't be mean. So what does that mean? Mean cells are very, very mean. And so you're going to have to be level-headed and be able to survive maybe a few days without food. Some people can't even survive a few hours without food. They, you know, they miss lunch and they're like, I'm starving. And I'm just like, do you know what starving means?
Yeah.
Okay, so my number 2, I swear to God, was eliminate toilet paper from your life, but we moved on from that. So let's not even go back there. My number 3 is to get fit. Okay, well, why? All right. Last time I checked, guys, these zombies are getting stronger and stronger every fucking day. I see them at the gym with their masks on. I see them. They're getting fit. They're preparing for something. So us misfits, we gotta do the same thing. I'm doing my push-ups every day. I'm doing my pull-ups every day. I can't do a pull-up yet, but I'm trying every day, and one day I will. I'm running, I'm swimming, I learned how to swim because let me tell you guys right now, I moved to Florida to the ocean because zombies cannot survive in the water.
Wow.
You're welcome.
I thought it was...
You thought it was what?
I thought it was garlic that they can't take.
I don't know about, yeah, that's like a myth. No, they can't survive in the water. So guess fucking where I'll be, Matt. If you need me, I'll be in the motherfucking water. And I learned how to swim. I didn't know how to swim until I moved here. I never, you know, I'm from Brooklyn. We have pools, but I never had a pool. Like YMCA, like I'm not gonna swim in urine. Although you might be into that. Okay.
You're in therapy.
Yes, a focus. Okay, so yes, I learned how to swim. It's very, very important that you know how to swim. They can't survive the water. So there you go. Run into the water, guys. That is that about the fitness. Anyway, you just want to be fit in general because I believe that a strong body is a very important factor of having a strong mind. I believe you can, and somebody could prove me wrong, like maybe like Gandhi or something, but he's not here anymore. So he's not on the live. So basically, my mentors are people like David Goggins and Jocko Willink and like these really like strong, mentally tough, strong people. And so along these lines is things like calisthenics and pushing yourself a little bit every day. This is going to make you so mentally tough. This is why I do have a watermelon workout program. If I hate to do this because it's not exactly something I'm proud of yet, but if you go to watermelonworkout.com, watermelonworkouts with an S.com, you can get my 30-day fit challenge, which I am still in my process of getting fit. But what I'm helping you do is get mentally tough. That's the most important thing about fitness. David Goggins doesn't work out to run marathons. David Goggins works out to deal with life. Okay. And last thing I'll say, Matt, and then I'll let you talk. Or if you need to, no, okay. I just can't stop myself. But the last thing I'll say is things like jujitsu, things like self-defense might be something you really want to look into at this time while you have the time, while you still have the internet. Hey, they could take the internet away. And somebody asked, who are they? You know who they are. Don't make me say it, Tessa. Don't make, you know who.
You.
Yeah. The powers that be. Okay, you know who they are. The people that are controlling every part of society, okay, but they're not controlling our thoughts and our mind and our choices. So realize that, okay? They're controlling everything else. But you want to start learning about self-defense. Perhaps get yourself like a weapon, taser, or, you know, I have some weapons, and I always sleep with a large glass bottle next to my bed. In the middle of the night, somebody attacks me. Fuck that. Okay. And yeah, I have like a knife. I have some stuff, pepper spray. You might want to get some of that stuff to make you just feel a little bit more confident in your zombie apocalypse defense. Anything on that, Matt?
All right. So you have a bottle of vodka at your bedside every night. All right. So, yeah, no, I agree. Have like a knife. I think it's important to have, I mean, not even just for self-defense, but it doubles up as a self-defense tool. Like a knife, a hatchet that you can carry around if you're, you know, out in the woods, camping or surviving.
What's a hatchet? Like a sword?
It's like a small axe.
Oh, an axe. Okay.
Yeah, you're from New York, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I have a water bottle, a glass water bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, like a hatchet, or also I would say, you know, have camping supplies, rope, you know, waterproof covering. What else did I have down here? Gloves. You want to have gloves. You should have, you know, candles and matches and lighter, batteries, flashlights. You need all these, you know, typical things that are going to help you if the power goes out, if, you know, whatever happens, you got to.
Question.
Yeah.
What do you need gloves for that is dirtier than that situation? I need to know.
Listen, I carry around a pair of gloves, heavy duty gloves in my trunk of my car, so that if I ever come across an injured animal, I can put those on and pick up the animal and move it to the side of the road.
Now I feel shitty. Okay.
I did my best to make you feel bad, so I'll do it again.
Matt's a better vegan than me, guys. One for Matt. One for Matt.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, do that, and then let's see. You want to have like hand warmers, gloves, socks, you know, maybe an extra pair of shoes, warm clothing, a blanket, things like that. Pepper spray, mace, a gun, you know, like I said, if you're into that sort of thing, you know, Second Amendment, whatever. Yeah, those would be things that I would definitely say to have. And a bike. A bike is another good thing, because if you need to get around, if you need to get somewhere quick without gasoline, have a bike, a reliable bike that you can hop on and get places.
Yeah, don't just have a Peloton, okay? Like, have a real bike. That's if in case Awa watches this, have a real bike, okay? I got a bike. Okay, so last thing I wrote, and then we'll get to the questions, guys. I mean, I honestly have so much more to say. We'll do another episode on this, but I wanted to say team up. Team up. That's really important. Live your life only with people you would love to be in a zombie apocalypse with. That's important, because you're not going to be able to survive this alone. If you have toxic people in your life, you're going to want to strategize your way out, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I wrote that down. Negative thinking, negative attitudes in the zombie apocalypse won't work. They won't help you. It's better to be alone, honestly. Nothing will help you if you have a bad mindset. And then something to help. Oh my God, I put this here. This is like one of my old Tony Robbins CDs. Okay, I wanted to remind you guys, again, this was my #1 thing about writing a gratitude journal, but staying positive. You're going to want to start that habit now. Start the habit now of listening to like 10 minutes a day of positive audio. It's going to really help your mindset. Okay. It's going to really, really help you in an emergency situation. You start preparing now. You don't prepare when it happens. Sherry loves this one. You don't get ready. You stay ready. Okay. And that is all aspects of life. Okay. Matt, stay ready. He don't need a bathroom. He don't need
a bidet.
Shit. He got shit on his hand. Okay. I can't help myself, Matt. This is never going to end. A daily routine in the morning is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Have a daily routine and write it out. Where's my list? I wrote my list for you guys of all the things that my daily routine that benefit my development, my mental toughness, yoga, tapping, positive audio, sweating every single morning, pushing myself, nature. Okay, these are things that my gratitude list. I do it every day. no matter what, whether I feel like it or not, whether I feel like it or not. That's the difference between the people that are successful in life and the people that are not. They do it anyway. We don't always feel like working out or like doing our affirmations or like doing my gratitude journal. Sometimes I don't feel like that, but I do it anyway. So do it anyway. Start a habit now that will keep you mentally focused on the positive, because that's what you need. You don't even need all the stuff me and Matt just spoke about. You should have something, like, don't be stupid, but you need a positive mental attitude, and then it's gonna be fun. Like, I can't wait. I can't fucking wait. Matt, any final thoughts?
Yeah, so definitely have a plan to meet. If you should have a small community of people that you are going to get through this with. So if things really, if shit gets past your hand and hits the fan, you're going to want to have a place where you have predetermined that you're going to meet people and, is in case there's no cell service or anything like that. So know where to go to. If
your cell phone not going to work. Sorry,
yeah.
Matt.
Right.
The cell phone's not going to work. So you relying on the cell phone, it's not going to work. Do you know people's phone numbers? Do you?
Yeah, that's the other thing. You want to write down on paper all the phone numbers, the addresses of the people that you're going to be wanting to be in contact with, and anything else. You want to have a physical map. That way, you're not going to have GPS. You're not going to have Google Maps or whatever you're using. So have a physical map. Have a piece of paper with all your contact information on it of the important people that you need to be in touch with, and know where you're going to go to meet with them if you can't have any other way of communicating. And you want to, don't live in fear is my big thing, is don't live in fear. That's also one of the big reasons why we wanted to do this show, was to help you get prepared so you're not panicking when something might happen. So you want to be prepared. Go out and camp in the Everglades for a few days and just practice living on your own without electricity or anything like that, and just kind of get your feet wet with it, and just practice. That way, when it actually comes to a situation where you might need to do some of these things, you'll have some experience.
Okay, so Matt just kind of made me realize that even though I have all the equipment and I got the stuff, I got the solar power, I got the mental toughness, I actually don't know what I'm going to do because I cannot camp. I tried camping once in 2017 at the Woodstock Fruit Festival. I lasted 2 days. I went to Ann Osborne and I begged her crying to put me in a cabin.
Oh, no.
So I have camped for exactly 2 days in my whole entire life. I don't have survival skills, Matt.
So nobody have Jeanette on their immediate people to contact during the collapse.
I have equipment. I have fruit accessories, but I do not know how to survive, honestly. But I was raised poor, and somebody said that in the comments, that if you're raised poor, you might have a better chance of survival than most people. But I can't really handle, I like a bed and like a bathroom. And I don't, I guess I'll do what I have to do. I have the ocean. You know what, guys? I just want to say real quick, I'm going to expose myself as well.
Be juicy.
My plan, if need be, you can always poop in the ocean. And I have never done it, but I have a former roommate that was a very, very amazing hippie. And she used to poop in the ocean. Okay, you know how you pee in the ocean, no big deal. But she pooped in the ocean one day, Matt, and I wasn't ready. And now I know you can poop in the ocean, so I'm gonna do that personally.
Wait, you weren't ready? Did she poop next to you, or?
No, but she told me while she was doing it, and I was like, I didn't know that was possible. I didn't know what I signed up for. I didn't really know her before I moved in with her. So anyway, long story short is, if you don't want to go full hand like Matt, you can poop in the ocean or in a bathtub, but that seems very disgusting. I'm thinking ocean.
Yeah. If you're in the bathtub, just go to the toilet. What was the point of going to the bathtub?
I don't know.
That was weird.
Okay, let's not talk about weird here, sir. Now, let's get to the questions, please. It's 1:08. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm waiting for you. It's you.
It's me. What do you mean?
Okay. Wait, do we have any questions from today that you might have noticed?
Okay. So yes, well, I didn't, there was a lot that I think
I know.
think I missed a lot. And I really don't appreciate Instagram not letting me scroll back up. I can only see like four, the most.
Oh.
So.
Oh, I can see them all then. I'll do it then. Okay.
Okay. Well, what I did catch was what nuts are good and what to stay away from. So what nuts do you consume? I know you said you stay away from the cashews. Are there any other nuts that you stay away from, and which ones do you enjoy?
Okay, so this is a good question. The only nut that I truly do not eat is cashews. All the other ones I'm okay with. Cashews, and it's personal to me, okay? Cashews cause me to have mucus in my body. If I eat cashews today, tomorrow I will wake up with like a sniffle. And like, I have a very high standard of living, okay? And I don't want to wake up at all with any type of puffiness on my eyes or any type of, like, I don't want that. That's average. I don't live my life in an average way. And so that's the only nut that I stay away from. My favorites for sure. Well, I love seeds more. So hemp seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds. I make dressings with these mostly. But since Matt came out with his book, click the link in his bio, 21-day transformation, raw transformation. I've been using Brazil nuts because I never knew that you can use Brazil nuts as a base. And it's been really nice. I really like it. And that's pretty much it for me and the nuts.
Cool. I would agree. Same here.
Okay. So now I will look at questions. Oh, that's why you looked at me like, Jeanette, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything. I do have a few more.
Oh, cool.
You said female urinals are so cool. So I think you'll appreciate that.
Wait, what was it?
Female urinals are so cool.
What's a female urinal? I'm confused right now.
Maybe she means your prosthetic penis.
Oh, my penis, my fake penis.
Sorry,
so I personally recommend, guys, that we all get this. It will truly entertain you to no end, because just practicing using it alone is so empowering. It's amazing. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody said I have an LL Bean sleeping bag.
Yeah, that's a high quality, for sure. I wish I knew what mine was. Do you have any recommendations, Matt?
No, I'm not very familiar with sleeping bags, but I'll go with the LL Bean. Sounds like a nice one.
Yes. Okay, and any other questions?
Somebody said garlic. It was Hoppy Mummy, or Hoopy Mummy, I think. Garlic is for vampires. So when I said garlic you said garlic, or you said zombies can't survive the water. I think you were thinking of the Wicked Witch of the West. That's she can't survive the water unless maybe she had offspring and they turned it on.
I read this somewhere on a crazy conspiracy website. Zombies cannot survive in water, Matt.
I believe you.
But Matt doesn't have to worry about anyone going near him with his situation. So he has it good. He's good.
Exactly. Yeah, and then somebody asked what can't survive the water. So it was the zombies and the Wicked Witch. So
yes.
That's what we got.
Thank you, Matt. I'm looking for questions, but while I'm looking, can you please, and thank you so much, Matt, for writing those questions down. Yeah. Can you please talk about, I don't know if you were going to mention the tampon situation, but it was on my list, and you also mentioned it. So why don't you mention that situation, please?
Well, I would just say for any woman out there that is using a tampon for their monthly cycle, that it is a really good idea to stop using tampons, because most of them, especially if you're just getting a generic, just a mainstream brand of one, it's full of chemicals, endocrine disruptors, hormone imbalancers, different really toxic compounds that you should not be putting up such a sensitive area. And so definitely, like, Jeanette has the Diva Cup, I believe, and then you can also get other.
He only knows that because I told him, guys. Okay, that was a little like.
I was in her room the other night.
That was a little much. Like, people are gonna want to know how you know that. I told him.
Yeah, she told me. So yeah, definitely look for alternative solutions to that. You can use even just like a organic cotton, like a pad that you can, fixate in your area. So I'm sure there's plenty of women out there that know how to do this better than I do, but I just want to let people that aren't aware understand how toxic just regular tampons can be.
Yes. Brazil nuts are great for your thyroid. Okay, so we answered all the questions. You actually got them all, except for one, and I still don't know, but a goddess on earth, which I love that name so much. I know a hippie that changed her name to goddess on her motherfucking driver's license. Yeah, she's not playing around. So what does shungite do to water? A shungite has the ability to clean the water, removing almost all harmful organic compounds. Do you sell this? Wait, it sounds like you sell this.
Where's the link?
Am I giving you a free shout out here? I don't know what shungite is, right? We don't know what that is.
I think they mentioned what it was. I can't even remember what. I think it was. Oh, I think they said it was a. Is it a metal that is good for deflecting 5G? I think that's what they said, but I don't know anything about it.
Okay, we're going to end the episode, but I do want to say about the period thing. There is also something that I've really wanted to invest in, but I haven't, and I can't remember the name now, and I wish Awa wasn't on the phone because I would ask her. It's basically underwear and shorts and pants that absorb your period. Wow. And they're very expensive. It's like $60 for a pair of underwear. But honestly, I think this is like genius, and I think it's amazing, and I want to get it, and I can't remember the name of it. If anybody knows the name, write it, please. They used to send commercials to me, but I guess they'll send them now. Yeah. People keep asking who are they. Like yeah. I saw another one. What kind of question is this?
It's the hierarchy enslaving you. THEY. It's an acronym.
That's a good one. Did you come up with that?
No, I heard it. My brother told me, actually.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm going to use that. Okay.
Yeah. Can I say something about your fancy pants that you just mentioned for the periods?
Yes.
Okay. So when it comes to material like that is super absorbent, that, a lot of sporting
don't ruin it for me.
It is not ideal because they are full of chemicals. That is how they get them to be so absorbent, and it's not good. All right. Plus, it makes you stink more. It changes the bacteria composition on your skin, and it makes your body odor smell different and worse. So I love to ruin Jeanette's day.
Okay. Well, I didn't order them yet, and maybe that's the reason. I was waiting for Matt to ruin everything that is like not organic and not natural. Okay. So anyway, I'm just gonna let it go with the hand thing, but I was gonna say, speaking of things that stink, Matt, how do you know for sure that your hand doesn't stink? I don't know. How do you know?
You have to tell me when I make it down to Florida, but
I'm not giving you a high five. Yo, if Matt comes up to me and gives me a high five, I'm running to the ocean. Okay? No, but makes sense. Yeah, it does make sense. Blue ooze. And it's
the reason I know my hand doesn't stink is because my poop doesn't stink. All right. If I took a poop in somebody's kitchen, they wouldn't even know.
Oh my. Please don't poop in my kitchen, Matt.
I won't.
But honestly, he is right, guys. My poop does not stink at all. And it's kind of like fluffy. It's kind of like fruity. It kind of like if I eat watermelon, it kind of is like watermelon, but like darker. And I'm like, I don't know if I have it in me yet. The mental toughness level is not there yet, but perhaps in a zombie apocalypse, I will have to do that. And now I know I can. So there you go. I think I'd need survival skills to live with Matt. Okay, so that's why Matt has a cat box in his kitchen. Now I understand.
Exactly.
Now I get it. Okay.
Yes.
So also, you might want to consider growing things yourself, guys. I forgot to say this, but it's a good idea. Obviously, we all want to have a tropical fruit farm like Fully Raw Christina, right? But in the meantime, you can grow herbs and sprouts and microgreens, and celery and lemons and limes are very, very, they grow very fast
inside in baby trees. You can buy dwarf lemon and lime trees. Green onions is another one. Start to find the little things you can do, the little things that you can do to prepare you mentally, physically, emotionally for what might and most likely will occur in your life. You know, another thing that David Goggins taught me is that life is coming for you, boo. And if you're not ready, you could break down. You could have a mental breakdown. And I don't know if anybody knows anyone who had one, but I've known people who lost their shit. They lost it. They didn't know what to do, and they lost their job. They ruined their relationship. They went crazy because like shit happened. And that's why I work out every day. Honestly, that's my #1 mental toughness hack. Work out every day and push yourself a little bit every day. Every time you don't want to do something, do it. So right after this live, I want you to do something you need to do that's good for you that you don't want to do. Lance, what's up, boo? Lance is my #1 since day one. A1 nice. Since day one. I love you, Lance. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you in Australia one day. Okay, that's it. I think that's it, Matt.
We did get one more question.
Matt's so on top of it.
Iris Moon Co. asked, are bamboo cloth pads okay to use?
I don't know. Ask Matt.
Sorry to ruin the party again, but I would stay away from bamboo products for clothing and anything that's going to be touching your body regularly, especially in the vaginal area. Bamboo products, the process they go through to make these bamboo like clothing, it's super toxic. All right. So I would go with cotton, hemp. Cotton and hemp are like the two ones that I think are the best. I know hemp is like it's super expensive. So 100% cotton, if you can just stick with natural fibers, that is going to be the best way to go. And organic, if at all possible.
I just wear fruit personally. I would recommend fruit. Find a nude beach, go get some fruit, eat it, be cute, and call it a day. Who cares about this organic bamboo hemp nonsense that Matt, so smart, knows all about? You don't need to be smart to know that fruit is the best clothing if needed. Guys, I love you. I thank you so much. Nicole, definitely watch this from the beginning. It was such a good one. And I want to leave everybody with the image of Matt wiping his butt with his hand. Do you use both hands or just one?
Just one, yeah. I pour with one hand. I pour the water with one hand, and I, use the other hand to clean me up. Which is honestly, there's like hardly anything there, anyways, right? So again,
you don't have to justify it, Matt. We don't need any more details. But honestly, I will be thinking about this all day. So thank you so much, Matt, for that visual. Thank you so much to everyone who is here, who is being there. Striving to know better, do better, learn more every day, become their greatest version. You are my people. I love people like this, and I thank you so much for watching. 40, thank you for being here. And I just want to remind you that if you stay ready, you do not have to get ready. Have a beautiful day. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.